What's going on, everybody? So back again today with another video. Today we're taking a look at budget mics that you get on Amazon, and all these are going to be under 100 bucks. So let's take a look. Alright guys, so what you're looking at right here, I've had a good bit of mics, some have been sent out and we're taking a look at them. So what I want to do, a lot of people do ask, what is the best mic to get for a budget, or if you're just doing gaming, streaming, podcast, something like that. Well, do you have to break the bank to get great quality? Well, I'm going to prove today that you really don't. And I mean, there's probably a lot of other YouTube videos out there that explain pretty much the same thing, but at the same time, these are all budget mics that you can get, like I said, under, I think the most expensive one is the new Snowball, which is $79, but the features it comes with, well worth the price. So you guys checked out the mic that I did on the Uruhu, and then also the one that I did a good while back on the Tonner. Now, I also have a Blue Yeti Snowball, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that. But let's go from the left to right. So what you're looking at right here is the new mic from Snowball, and this is their new, I actually have the box sitting right here. It is their ST900. It is a courtyard mic, so it is going to have that nice pattern where everything behind is going to be trying not to be picked up, but everything in front. So kind of like a heart shape, if you will. Now, one good thing about this mic is it does have the headphone input in the front of it, as well as a mute button. And it does have a light indicator to tell you when you are muted, so that's perfect. Now, every one of these mics, other than the Blue Snowball, do come with a pop filter, or excuse me, a windscreen. But this one right here, I'd have to say is the thickest one out of all of them. So out of build quality, out of all of these, I'm going to go with the Snowball. So, onto the Tonner. Tonner, it is also a courtyard pattern, and this one right here, real basic, real small, but it does come with a few features. Now, it does have this base that comes with it that you can plug into a boom arm, so every one of these can be put onto a boom arm, which is great. The only one that's kind of difficult is the Blue Snowball, just because of the bolt, the actual, I guess you say the pole that actually connects to it. It doesn't really work very well, and it's pretty flimsy. Mine's already broke. So anyways, this one already comes with a pop filter as well as a windscreen right out of it, so there is no, it's undetachable. It just stays on there, and it just sits right through. Just put your USB through, and then you connect it in. So that's pretty neat. All the rest of them, they all come with boom arms that you actually can plug in, or excuse me, screw in, so it's going to be nice, and you don't have to worry about that. Some of them do come with a little stand, the little tripod stands that you see. I got two of them right here, and they're pretty good if you definitely just want to have it like just sitting right here, and that's a big thing. So one thing with the courtyard pattern is you definitely want to see, you don't want to talk into the back of the mic and not knowing where the front's at. So having it, usually when the manufacturer puts their logo or something, that's where the mic's going to be. But let's talk about the Tonner. So the Tonner, I feel, is one of the cheapest ones. It is, I think, 50 bucks. It doesn't sound that great. It does have a non-detachable USB cable. All the rest of these have a detachable USB 2.0 that actually goes with them. This one gives a lot of background noise. Like, I've tried to use editing software where it kind of try to cut that out, take down the compression, everything, see if I can, noise reduction, everything. It's either keep it on or it just sounds like crap. So this I would not recommend for anybody trying to do like podcasts or streaming. The Snowball, I definitely would. I didn't talk very much on that. Right out of the box, this is absolutely phenomenal. You don't have to do anything with it. I mean, it was very little background noise. It sounded great. I mean, no hissing, no that annoying, I guess you say it's like an interference tone, a little E. You don't hear any of that. And then you go through it. I did a little bit of editing, a little bit of tweaking on it. And we'll go through on what I'm using, and we'll test every one of these mics. But this right here was the best one so far. Next, you have the Uruhu. Now this one sounded great out of the box. It did need a little bit of tweaking because it does pick up a lot in the background. That's probably the sensitivity of the mic, but it didn't do very well with noise suppression. So other than that, this one does not have, it sounds great, doesn't have a dedicated mute button. Again, neither does the Tonner. So if you have, you can, I will put a link in the description if you do decide to pick up any one of these mics other than Snowdeck, where you actually can go and download a application called Mute Mic, and you can actually use that as a keyboard shortcut to mute your mic. So it's pretty beneficial. All right, let's talk about the Blue Snowball. Now, the Blue Snowball differs because it does have 3 ranges. You have a corridor pattern, you have a surround pattern, and then you also have a omnidirectional pattern. And those are going to be toggled from the 3 buttons on the back. Right now, I have this in cardioid pattern, and I will be testing all these like that again in the same range, so that way they are in all cardioid pattern. You get a fair assumption of what they all sound like. So I like the way the Blue Snowball sounds, but at the same time, it doesn't sound as crisp to me. It sounds too bassy, and you have to do a good bit of editing. It does pick up a lot of background noise, but I think that's just the overall. I mean, Blue is known for having really great mics. Blue Yeti, really want to get one of those so I can, those right there, they just sound really good. I'd have to say, I thought this was going to outdo the Snowdeck, and it doesn't. This is my main right here, and this right here I use for work. But if you're just looking for podcast, or even just something for work, a lot of people working from home, you want to have a different mic, I'd pick up any of these 3. The Tonner, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably let, that's more for if you're going to use it for, if you're going to game, use that. But the Blue Snowball and Snowdeck, they both sound the best when it comes to right out of the box specs. But what we're going to go ahead and do, we are going to, well, first, let's go and talk about price. I did say it before. This one right here is $72.99. This right here is $59. This right here is going to be, I think it's $65. I'll put a thing in the bottom if I'm wrong. And this right here is $50. So even though the Blue Snowball is about the cheapest, it's anywhere between $50 to $65. It ranges, but I still think out of all of these, the best one is the Snowdeck. So they all have the 24 to 192. Other than the Tonner, is definitely a 16 and 48K when it comes to the hertz and the input that it can take. Also, they all say that they all have a professional chip in there. Now, these being USB mics, you are going to, is there a big difference when it comes to how the sound's going to be because of the chip that's inside? You definitely want to take a look at that, but I have to say, even though these are unnamed brands, I still find that this one right here, the Snowdeck, is the absolute best one out of the bunch. But we will do a test on every one of these, that way a unedited test, that way you can hear for yourself. I will be set up the camera so that way you can see that I am talking into it, and we will pull audio from it. So let's go ahead and get to that. All right, guys. So like I said, we are going to do a recording. This is going to be with the Snowdeck, and I am going to go ahead and record everything. I'm going to be using Ocean Audio as my recording, so that way you guys can see it, and I'll put all those audio clips in here. Now, every one of these, like I said before, is going to be done on their full capability. So 24-bit, and I'm just going to keep it simple. Instead of doing the 192, I'm just going to keep it at 48, which what most people, when you plug it in, you'll be able to have that. So right now, the audio you're hearing is from the Snowdeck mic. I find that the background noise as well as the compression all sounds great. I'll go and be quiet so you can see what it picks up. Barely any to none absolute background noise. It sounds perfect. As you can see, this is where I usually will have it. So I'm usually sitting around right here. This is where the mic actually picks up, I feel, that the best. Getting up really close, it does pick up great stuff. Do the P's, pop, pop. Now, every one of these do include a pop filter. It's a little windscreen that goes around. You can add that, or I'll put a link down in the description where you can get kind of a little facial shield that you can put on there for also a pop filter. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Uruhu. Alright guys, so this is the Uruhu mic now. It is not on the boom arm, but again it still does take the USB 2.0 that same as the Snowball. Now I will be doing the rest of these on the actual mic stand, so I will make sure that I'm not moving, not hitting the desk to shake because it doesn't have a shock mount. But having the mount that comes off from the base station, which if some people don't have room for the boom arm, they can use this. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm doing the same thing like I did with the Snowball. I am going to just basic the 24-bit, 48 hertz, and we'll do a recording. So let's go ahead and take a look. So this is the recording coming from the Uruhu mic. It is also the same courtyard pattern like I mentioned below. Or before, sorry. But the only thing, it doesn't have a mute button. It does pick up a good bit of background noise, so let me go and be quiet. So kind of gives that little humming in the background, but it's pops. It does do a really good job with pop, pop. But this also comes with a pop filter when you have it. If you guys haven't checked out the video I did on the Uruhu, I'll go ahead and put it up here in the corner. But again, this is the Uruhu SM925. Alright guys, so this is going to be the mic recording for the toner mic. Now with this mic, the only thing difference with this mic, like I said in the beginning, this mic can only record at 16-bit rate as well as 4800 or 48K. So we'll go ahead and do the recording on this. So this is the recording coming from the toner mic. Now with the toner mic, it does have because I think it's the USB, but it does have like a humming, like an interference humming. So that's one of the reasons why I don't recommend this mic for professional work. But other than that, I think it's good for gaming. If you want to use it just for work, it's perfect. So we'll go ahead and be quiet so you can hear the background noise. Like I said, this mic does come with its own windscreen and pop filter, still adjusted, so you can't take it off. Also, the USB is always attached, so it's a non-detachable USB. But let's hear the pops sound. It does have a decent range on that. So again, this is the toner mic. Alright guys, so this now is going to be the blue Snowball. So with the blue Snowball, like I said before, it does have the 3 ranges. You have the cardioid, the surround, as well as stereo. Now, with this one, I do find that it picks up a good bit of background noise, but we'll go ahead and take a listen. So, the audio you're hearing now is coming from the blue Snowball. As you can see, it's about the same distance I normally would be at that the Uruhu one was, as well as the toner, and as well as the Snowball. Now with this one, it does pick up, I feel like, a good bit of background noise. It's a little soft, and I find that it does have a good microphone, but it's just not as good as the other ones. So let's do the pops, pop. And it does do good. Again, this one doesn't have a windscreen or a pop filter that comes with it, so you will have to buy those separately. But other than that, it's going to be quiet, see what it picks up. So like I said, I feel like this one picks up a decent amount of background noise just because the mic is amplified. And I am running this on the cardioid pattern, so that way, like I said, want to make it even as possible. So again, this is the blue Snowball. Alright guys, so hope you guys enjoyed that. The review for all of them. I'd have to say, if I had to rank which ones were my favorite from most to least, I'd have to say my best one was the Snowball. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I knew that wasn't going to be any issue. Next would be the Uruhu. And surprisingly, after plugging it in, and again, I didn't do any editing, but just the ambient noise background, I'd have to say normally when I have my fan on, in this case I didn't, the toner sounds worse. But based on the test that we just did, the toner sounded better than the blue Snowball. So, for overall background noise, the blue Snowball does pick up a lot more, as I said before, but I feel that the toner is actually a good third. So, my worst would have to say the blue, but again, this is all unedited. when I came to recording, you could probably get some software, some EQ software on there and change it up. But I think for the most part, if you're looking for a good mic for streaming, gaming, or even podcasts, I'd say either the Snowball or the Uruhu would be your best bet. For gaming, I'd say the Toner, and just for, I don't know, just chatting, maybe like in a conference call or something like that, if you're working from home or anything like that, I'd say the Blue. Again, like I said, for tweaking wise, you're probably gonna have to do more, but the Blue is what it is. The Blue Yeti is still a lot better than all these, I'd have to say, because I've used one before, just don't have it anymore. But let's go ahead and talk about, again, with the features. So with the Uruhu, you're going to get a bass, a boom arm, the mic itself, as well as the windscreen and pop filter. That's all going to come in the box, and that's with the SM925. And again, I will put a link in the description with all this stuff so you guys can take a look at it. The Toner is going to come in a little box like this. It's going to come with what you see right here. Even though it doesn't have a detachable USB, it does. It stays there. This is what you get. It comes with a non-removable pop filter, as well as does have the removable windscreen, but it doesn't only come with a bass. It doesn't come with a boom arm, so you will have to go pick that up. But if you're looking for one, I'll put a link in the description where you can get a pretty decent one from Amazon. The Snowball comes with a boom arm. So that's the one I currently have on my desk. It does not come with a small bass if you did want to pull it up to you and have it just resting on your bass. So you will have to have a boom arm, and it does come with that. It comes with the boom arm, the pop filter, obviously the USB cable, and the windscreen. So the windscreen out of all these, this one, the Snowball feels the thickest, as well as it just, I think it actually, it plays really well with it. And the Blue Snowball doesn't come with anything but a bass. So that's a big thing. I don't have the bass anymore because, again, it broke. So I've been utilizing these two as a bass, but it doesn't come with any pop filter or windscreen, so you'll have to buy one. And I'll put, if you guys are looking for something for a Blue, I will put a link in the description for some ones that I've used in the past. But hey guys, I'd like to know what you think about this. If you like reviews like this, please, leave a comment down below. If you really like this video, appreciate if you give it a big thumbs up. We got 98% of the people that come and visit my channel are not subscribing, so I really appreciate it if you guys hit that subscribe button if it's your first time or just stopping in. And hey, again, I really appreciate you guys taking a look at this video. And as always, I'm Hyper Protect, and until next time.